All right, just a quick check to make sure you are ready to do the YSI 400 temperature simulator label. You want to make sure that your YSI toggle switches are set to YSI 400. Then you want to make sure that you can measure TP1 and ground, and you need to make sure that this knob is set all the way counterclockwise, and you should measure 1200 ohms. If you're off by a bit, what you want to do is come in here with your screwdriver and use the 2K potentiometer to get to 1200 ohms. So let me get that. There we go. All right, so once you're at 1200 ohms, the next step is to create the label for your temperature simulator. So in order to get access to your temperature simulator label generator, you're going to go to the HTM Workshop GitHub page. So you can find the web address here, or you can search in Google for HTM Workshop GitHub. You want to go down to the temperature simulator, then you're going to go to the latest version, and you can download the appropriate version for whatever operating system you have. You may have to unzip that file or extract that file. Once that file is extracted, you're going to open it up. Now, you may see a warning message on Windows or on Mac that just says this software is not recognized. You can go ahead and hit more info, run anyway on Windows, or you can right-click open in Mac and you'll be able to run that program. Once you get that program open, it's going to look something like this. Now, once you have your temperature simulator program open, the next step is to go back to your temperature simulator PCB board and start the calibration process. So first, you're going to answer a question. It says, have you soldered on resistors R2 and R3? You're going to say no, because you haven't done that yet. Those resistors are right here on your board. That is for the combination 400-700 temperature simulator. So you don't need that right now. So you're going to say no. You're going to use the YSI 400 because that's what we're using. That is based off of the fact that we did the 2K potentiometer and the 1K potentiometer here. If you did the 5K here and the 5K here, then you can do the 700. Next, we're going to give the resistance between the outer pins, which are really the outer pins of your potentiometer. So what this is looking at is trying to measure the outer pins and know the full range of this potentiometer. And we can't know that because each potentiometer is different, right? I told you there's a tolerance to those. You can do it at the outer pins, or you can use TP4 and TP3. Should be about the same, but I'm gonna go ahead and use test points 3 and 4. Once you know that, in our case, 1040 ohms, you're going to put that into your program where it says resistance of potentiometer between outer pins. Then there is the maximum potentiometer degrees mechanical. For this particular potentiometer that we're using, it should be 280 degrees, and the potentiometer dead zone should be about 10%. So then you can go ahead and hit generate your protractor image. From there, you will generate a label that we can fix on to our temperature simulator with divisions on it. So I'm going to go ahead and print that out. Once you print out your temperature simulator divisions here, right? So we have 40 degrees C here, all the way to 26 degrees C. That's because we didn't quite get enough range on our potentiometer to get down to 25.0 degrees C. So that's not showing up on your label right there, but that depends on the range of your potentiometer. What we're going to do is we're going to cut that out, right? So we cut that out, and then we're going to put that and line that up. You can see how there's 1, 2, 3 lines right there. We can line those up with those lines on our board. All right, so once you get that how you want it, what we're going to do now is test it out. Take our simulator, plug it into our patient monitor right now. So you can see we're at 40 degrees C. Now, let's go ahead and try to get this at one of our set points around 37. So this will give you a lot more graduations on your scale. It won't be quite as exact as doing it the manual method, but it's pretty good. And you can see we're at 34, 34, 34.5. It's usually good within about half of a degree C. So we're at 30 roughly, 29.7, and then we'll get to 26.8. Yeah, so this is an alternative way that you can create a temperature simulator, right? So this is basing information off the start point, the set point of your resistance values and the total resistance of your potentiometer. By knowing those two things and knowing the range, the mechanical range of our potentiometer, we're able to generate the graduations shown on our temperature simulator. Okay, in this next video, what I'm going to show you to do is how to desolder this potentiometer so that we can create our 400-700 temperature simulator. So check that out in the next video.